A few weeks back, I did this video, The Mysterious Case of Kadarius Toney. And at the time, I didn't think that a part 2 would be necessary. But because of the trade and what happened yesterday, I think it's time for a part 2. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney is now a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. I know to some people it was a surprise. To me it was a surprise. The way I got the news was a surprise. And just now that I had some time to sleep on it, think about it, it's the best case scenario for both teams. Now for us, we kept on wishing and wanting Kadarius Toney to be healthy. Kadarius Toney, we need him to contribute. He wasn't getting healthy. The fan base was getting frustrated. The hate started to build. You saw the battles on Twitter between Kadarius Toney and content creators, Kadarius Toney and random fans. And it was starting to get ugly. And at this point in time, even though it has really nothing to do with the team itself, I think with the inability to get him on the field healthy or to remain healthy, Joe Schoen decided, hey, it's not one of my guys to begin with. It's starting to be a little bit of a headache and a nuisance. Everybody keeps asking about it. Let's see what I can get on the market. Now, one thing I will say is that Pat Leonard had those rumors at the beginning of the offseason about possible trades for Kadarius Toney. I don't think what happened then has anything to do with what's going on now or the trade. So the victory lap, I feel, is unnecessary. But that's just me. But again, Kadarius Toney was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 3rd round pick and a 6th round pick. Now, this 3rd round is conditional, most likely a compensatory pick. What does that mean? It really looks like it's going to be a 4th rounder, depending on where Kansas City is, and also being that it's a compensatory pick, and all those picks happen at the end of the 3rd round. So in all actuality, we got a 4th and a 6th for Kadarius Toney. That's how I view it. I know officially it's a 3rd, but to me, that feels like a 4th. You're picking in the 100s. But the good part of that is we now have 4 picks in the top 100 to say 105, most likely. And I think with what Joe Schoen did last year with those picks and how the majority of those draft picks contributed this year or are contributing now, all the ones that are not hurt, I think that the way he needs to build this farm and the way that he needs to protect this cap and keep us cap healthy is building through the draft. So I think this was a great move, by Joe Schoen, able to get some picks for Kadarius Toney. Now for Kadarius Toney, you're going to Kansas City with one of the greatest minds in Andy Reid, one of the top quarterbacks with Patrick Mahomes. If you can't get on the field there, I don't know what's going to go on with that motivation-wise, if it's a motivation thing, if it was just you not feeling the environment in New York City, whatever it is, you got to get it right in Kansas City, because even though you're no longer a Giant, I no longer care. But as far as for you, I just hope the best. I hope for the best for you. I hope you can go to Kansas City and you can ball, because you do have the talent. I'm not going to change just because you're on another team and say that you suck or anything like that, because it's not true. You do have all the talent in the world, and hopefully you can match the work ethic with that talent. Hopefully you can get healthy if health was the issue. And like I said, best of luck to you. Just keep it there. Just to keep it like that. But for my New York Giants fans, which I am as well, let's move on. We'll see what happens at the trade deadline. I know a lot of guys are now looking for a wide receiver to or a team to partner with to get a wide receiver. And I don't know if Joe Schoen is going that route. We'll find out in the next couple days, because you figure the trade deadline is November 1st. We'll find out soon enough. I'm pretty sure some stories that might leak this weekend. If breaking news might happen today. Breaking news might happen right now while I'm recording this. But right now, the Giants are down a wide receiver. But at the at the same time, that wide receiver was pretty much never on the field for us. So we can't even feel the loss of Kadarius Toney this year because to us, Kadarius Toney didn't exist on the field, not between the white lines. So I don't think it's going to be that big of an impact of what happens with this team because at the end of the day, I believe it's Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson, Marcus Johnson, Richie James. I think the same guys that we have gone to war with will be the same guys we're going to go to war with now. Now, if they're able to shake something loose via trade with one of these wide receivers, hopefully they don't spend a lot because that draft capital is so important and it's so vital to this future of this franchise. And at the end of the day, I like the picks. I like the decision. That if you want to call it a headache, the headache is gone. The frustration should be gone as well. And I'm just ready to see what the New York Giants do against the Seattle Seahawks. Because that, like I said, that was a pretty big distraction every week, wondering if he was going to be on the injury report, and he was. I had some high expectations thinking he was going to be able to come back. But again, a loss is a loss. The draft picks are a win. And the New York Giants are 6-1. So I want to thank you guys for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.